Welcome to the Ria and Alka show. We are always grateful to have you with us each and every morning because you know what? Time, everything is time, and you always spend the time with us because time is more valuable than money. Yes, it is. And we appreciate you for always tuning in because, learning knowledge from what Ria and I are experiencing from where we were to where we are today, experiencing to, and how you can truly elevate and lead a very successful life as well. So welcome to the show this morning. I'm going to be leading the conversation, and without further ado, guys, welcome to the show. My name is Alka.
My name is Ria, and welcome to our show.
So without further ado, let me share my screen because today what I want to talk about is I want to talk about your worthy ideal. And so your worthy ideal, the goals that you have, pretty much the goals that you have, are you worthy? What happened? Okay, wonderful. Okay, so pretty much the goals that you have, are you worthy of your goals? So, and in essence, a lot of people, they go through life and they are not, let me just illustrate this. So, oh, I did not want green. Okay. So a lot of people go through life, your worthy ideal. And so what this topic is about is your worthy ideal. And so the goals that you have, are you worthy of your goals? Do your goals match the vibration that you're in? Because as I talked about a couple of days ago, our goals that we have, and I'm going to show that to you in a minute in the illustration, but what I just wanted to set the context is that the goals that you have, and if you recall, I talked about there are 3 types of goals: A, B, and C goals. Your A and B goals are those that you already have, those that you already achieved. So say, for instance, you want to get a Honda car. That is your goal. And if I asked you, do you have your Honda car? And you say to me, yes, you already have. Well, then that is not an interesting, exciting goal. Why? Because you already have it. An exciting goal is the one that you envision to have, that you've not already had. So that is excitement, because that's the ladder you want to keep on climbing to your goals. So let's talk about it. So as we know, to get to your goals, to get to your worthy ideal, you want to always be in the vibration of your thoughts, your feelings, and number 3, your actions. So your thoughts, feelings, and action, this is like the composite of a cake, as I illustrated to you. So I'll do that again. So this is your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions. So every leaders in every walk of life, they think quickly and firmly. Where in your life today, if I want to ask you a question, where in your life today do you think that you are not being decisive? You are not, every time you go to an event, you go anywhere, right? Anywhere in life in general, you don't take actions, you don't think quickly. So where in your life today, and at the end of this conversation, I'm going to set you an assignment, and I want you to write down every area in your life today. Where do you not what you do, but where do you not take actions? because leaders in every walk of life, they think quickly and firmly. There's no second guessing. We know a lot of people, the likes of Warren Buffett, Elon Musk, they think, they are quick thinkers, they are visionaries, which is why they are leaders. And leaders are only leaders because they are intelligent followers. So that's too what I want you to know, is that when it comes to your actions, you know, people are leaders become, they had to be intelligent. Oh, my pen stopped. They had to be intelligent followers, which is why they become leaders and how they become leaders. Okay, so that's just the context I wanted to share with you. So now let's get into the meat of it. So this whole conversation today about worthy ideal, are you worthy of your goals? Are you worthy of your ideal goal that you had? Now, if you recall, when I spoke about a couple of days ago, there were 3 main goals, right? You had your A-type goal, your B-type, and your C-type. So the first two, you want to cross this out. You don't want to be there. Why you don't want to be? Because I just explained, is because those goals you already have, is already right now in the present, you already have it. And so there's no excitement. I mean, if I had my goal today, I would not be as enthused as if I'm wanting something that is going to come in the future. That is more exciting to me than one that I already have, right? So that's what you don't want. You don't want to be in part A or part B. C is where you want, because this is your ideal goal. This is your ideal goal that, oh, my pen kept shutting off. This is the ideal goal that you want to be at, right? So always keep on striving for this. And I'm going to share with you an illustration. So when you know, so say for example, and I talked about this. So this goal, right? You already know you have it. So let's call this A. And then this one, we will call it B. So with these two, there's no excitement. There's no excitement because you already know that you already have that, as I said, about the Honda car. So then I want to share with you, when we talk about, so say this is your, my pen just shut off. Okay, so say for instance, this is your goal, and your goal is say 100K a month. Okay, or if it's 50K a month, whatever you choose, whatever you want, right? So then as it goes, this is your goal, and this is the creative. Let me just put that maybe in pink. I'll get rid of that. So say for instance, you want, okay, so this is the creative process. And what do I mean by the creative process? This simply means is the ideas. So the idea that you have, so you are imagining. Now, when we were kids, I just want to retract back. When we were kids, we were at school, we would imagine, we would dream. We would stare out the window, and then the teacher would call us back and say, Alka, where are you? Come back to your study. So as kids, we were imagining, we were playing in our minds, we were seeing what it is that we were constructing. But it's unfortunate in adulthood, we don't get to play in our minds. We don't get to imagine. We don't get to do those wonderful experiences that we used to do when we were kids, right? So the creative process is pretty much in your ideas. So this is, so you got your goals, and then you have your so pretty much this is so this is your thoughts. So this is your thoughts, okay, and this is your actions. So in the whole creative process, this is where the imagination, this is what the imagination, and this is where the fantasy, right? So these tools that I'm sharing with you, the imagination and the fantasy, is where the creative process lies, is where the ideas that you are having for your goals, your worthy goal, your worthy ideal, as to what you are desiring, what you are becoming, that all lies in the creative process. So this is very, very powerful when you think about what your goals are, how you need to materialize your goals, what tools you need to use to make sure that you are always constantly on that high vibration. So I just wanted to share that with you, because this, to me, this follows on what I was talking about a couple of days ago. So this topic follows from that, because every topic is going to follow on from each other. So it really makes sense when it comes to your mind, when it comes to vibrations. What are we feeling? What are we thinking each and every day? You know, where are we? Negative thinking, positive thinking. What are we doing every day? So today, just wanted to highlight that today we talked about the worthy ideal. Now, are you worthy of your goals? Are you worthy of your ideal goals? Are you worthy of, if you're worthy of your goals and you know what it is that you want, well, how are you going about with that? And that all comes down to your thoughts. What are you thinking every single day? And as I said, you know, your subconscious mind is the feeling. So you got to be feeling that what you want. You got to be feeling. And once you feel, so your thoughts, feelings, and once you feel, then you build on and you take actions to go after what you want. So that is very important. And as I described, it's like the composite of a cake. You know, you got your thoughts, you got your feelings and your actions, and then you go after your worthy ideal goals. Now, all leaders were once intelligent followers. And all leaders, as we know, they think quickly and firmly, and they take actions, no questions asked. And I also shared the 3 main goals that we have is your A, B, and your C type goal. Your C type goal is a goal that's on a higher vibration, does not matter what. That is a goal that is exciting, and that is a goal that you want to stick to, and that is your ideal goal. So if your C type goal is your ideal goal, and you know what that is, you know what that looks like. So if that's the house you want, the car you want, that is your C type goal. And as I said, you know, your A and B type, that is not what you want, because that is not an exciting goal. It's not exciting if you have already arrived. If you already have it, then that's not exciting as much as looking forward to achieving that goal. And so, as I said, you know, if your goal is 100K a month, 50K a month, what does it look like? Then, you know, what are you doing? What are the tools that you're doing? And I love visualization, because imagination, visualize, you know, seeing yourself in that, in that goal, seeing yourself in that worthy ideal goal that you set yourself for. And visualize, but also when you're visualizing, that's another key point, is that when you're visualizing, you got to feel it, that you already have it. And once you feel that you already have that goal, that is when the power comes. That's when the subconscious mind knows, okay, to deliver that goal to you. So that's how this really works. And so learn to use the creative process, learn to visualize, imagine. As I said, imagination is what we were used to do when we were kids. We would stare out we were at school, we would stare out the window. I know I did. Only, the teachers only to tell us, hey, get back to your studies. So use your imagination, and how you to do that is to visualization. And because imagination is that creative process that we need to stay in tune with our worthy ideal goal. So friends, I wanted to just leave it there because this is very powerful in itself, and it's one that you need to really know and learn so that you are in vibration of your worthy ideals. Ria, you want to share anything with us?
Yes, thank you for that, 𝗥𝗵𝗲. Very important. You mentioned that leaders were once intelligent followers. And we all start from the beginning, right? From the start. We just don't become a leader. Right. And you also mentioned that our thoughts are very important, and we should feel our goals, because eventually, that would make us act because we feel it, right?
Right.
And you also mentioned about the creative process. So how do we, or how do I, or what do our viewers need to do to stimulate that creative process of imagination and fantasy? Could you give us some few pointers to bring out the creative process in us?
Absolutely. I mean, we all do have the creative process in us. It's just that, we dim that. We don't allow ourselves to really, be that person. We tend to, as I explained, when we were kids, we used to fantasize, we used to imagine, we would daydream, stare at the school, stare out the window. I know I did that. But when we get into adulthood, we don't imagine, we let go of the things that we used to do when we were kids, when we were younger. So what I would say, how you can really light up that creative process, what I like to do is between my days, I just take time out and I will just put on beautiful music. As I was talking about a couple of days ago, put on classical music, put on music that's on that higher vibration. Because why do you need to do that? If you put music that is not in alignment to where you want to go with your goals, so so have the music that is more high frequency. You don't want to have music that is not in low frequency, because that's not what you want. So basically, to answer your questions, Ria, is you need to put on stimulating music. So classical music, I love it. Put on classical music, right? And close your eyes and really let yourself imagine yourself already being that person. It's not in the doing, it's in the being. So imagine yourself already being that person, being in that house that you're wanting. So you need to, and in this way, over time, because it's habitual, and the more you do it, you are going to start to see yourself already in the vibration. And this is how it becomes so powerful, that your subconscious mind then will register, will see what it is that you are desiring. So these are the tools that you can use right now, Ria.
Well, thank you for that, 𝗥𝗵𝗲. I was feeling you.
I know.
I
kind of felt you.
I can feel it. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, I kind of felt you through my sensory perception. So basically, yeah, that's how, you know, if you kind of dimmed yourself right now in adulthood and you want to light it back up again, well, this is how you can do it. It's very simple. Bob Proctor, you know, he teaches this technique, but it's a very, very powerful technique once you begin to use it, do it constantly, because everything is constant and everything's habitual. So you need to set that time for yourself, whether you do it in the mornings, take that time out between your work day. I don't know about if you're in the office, but if you're working from home, yes, take that time out. Absolutely do that. Make it a point in your planner, in your agenda, that you are going to do it, because the more you do it and you set time for yourself, that's the only way you're going to see habits, because everything's habit and everything's habitual. But it's how we you know, plan our times to incorporate that in. So I know that this was a very deep topic, and it's one that I love to talk about, because if you don't talk about your mind, and for me, I love to talk about this, because, you know, your conscious mind to your subconscious mind, and being in the vibration that we all want to be in, and to achieve and to have what we desire, we need to always be in that frequency, on the higher frequency to what we want, and rather than the lower frequency, because that does not match to where we want. And as I said, you know, if you for instance were listening to the radio station, they have AM or the FM. If you are wanting to be on your C-top goal, but you are listening at the AM frequency, well, right, this is the AM and this is the FM. Well, you need to really raise that vibration for you to be in that C-top goal. So this is what you need to do. And so these are the tools that, you know, you have to absolutely do it, but just make it habit, because everything's habitual. And the more you do it, you're going to see amazing results.
Actually, one of my mentors said too, it takes 67 days, 67 days to consistently do it, and it becomes a habit.
Absolutely.
Do it
absolutely.
every day, 67 days.
But they, yeah, exactly.
It becomes a habit then.
But for sure, yes, absolutely, it becomes a habit. And so yeah, so everything is habit, but you have to put in hard work. So friends, we have come to the top of the hour, and you know, it's just been a delight, as always, being with you every mornings, and I absolutely love it. We absolutely love it, because we get to share what we, you know, what we are talking about and what we are doing as well. So that is quite amazing. So